Morning. So camera and computer technology is essential to business, advertising, education, government, mass media, and entertainment nowadays. It has commercial applications and personal applications. And among these individuals are artists who have carved out a space for human expression within the vast flow of information and images that the camera and the computer have enabled. So we're going to see a brief photography history today. So the earliest written record that has come down to us of the principle behind photography is from Chinese philosopher named Mo Tai, and who lived during the 5th century BCE. And Mo Tai noticed that light passing through a pinhole like this, there is a pinhole and the light is passing through a pinhole, opening into a darkened chamber would from an exact view of the the world outside. But as you can see, it's upside down. So a century or so later, the Greek philosopher Aristotle observed a similar phenomena and wondered what caused them. And early in the 11th century, the Arab mathematician and physicist Alhazen set up an experiment in a dark room in which light from several candles passed through a pinhole in a partition, projecting images of the candle frames onto a surface on the other side. So Alhazen's works circulated in translation in Europe, where early scientists continued his investigations into the behavior of light. But it was not until Renaissance that a practical device was developed to harness those principles. So it was known as the camera obscura, Latin for dark room. So with the development of lenses during the 16th century, the camera obscura could be made to focus the image it projected. Artists of the time concerned with making optically convincing representations through perspective and chiaroscuro welcomed this improved camera obscura as a drawing tool. So I'm going to share a video to see how to make a camera obscura.
How to transform a room into a camera obscura, also known as concept that made modern day use the same principle to turn a whole room into a walk-in camera. You will need a room with one window, 3 or more 28 by 22 inch sheets of black poster board, a flashlight, a utility knife, and duct tape. Optional, a white sheet, a blanket, and a camera with exposure settings. Step 1. Find a room that has a window with a decent view. Look for a blank wall opposite the window since that's where the picture will be projected. If it's not blank, hang a white sheet on the wall. Step 2. Unscrew the ring from the top of the flashlight and remove the lens. Place the ring in the middle of the sheet of poster board and cut a hole around it. Then, tape the ring to the cardboard with duct tape. This will be the lens for the camera obscura. Step 3. Tape the remaining poster board over the window, overlapping if necessary. Leave an area uncovered in the middle of the window for the lens. Step 4. Tape the lens backing to the window with duct tape. The window should now be completely covered, and aside from the lens hole, there should be no light passing through. Step 5. Turn off all lights in the room and close the door so that the only light entering the room is from the camera lens. After a few minutes, your eyes will adjust to the dark and an image should appear on the wall opposite the window.
Yep. So this is the how to make a camera obscura. So this is the modern camera, DSLR we are using today. So despite the sophistication of modern photographic equipment, the basic mechanism of the camera is simple, and it is no different in theory from that of the camera obscura. So here there are two mirrors in the modern camera. So the light goes through the lens and it reflects to the first mirror, and then it goes to the second mirror and it reflects on the opposite side of the window we see, like this. So we can see the objects not upside down. So now let's see the camera's the beginning of the camera. So there is a French inventor, Niepce, who worked with a specially coated pure plate in the camera obscura. In 1826, Niepce recorded a fuzzy version of the view from his window after an exposure of light about 8 hours. And Niepce was corresponding with another Frenchman, Daguerre, who was also experimenting with methods to fix the photographic image. And the two men worked separately and communicated in code to keep their progress from prying eyes. So this is the beginning of the camera. It looks very heavy. So the Niepce and the Daguerre, work separately, and they're, developed the progress of the, taking a photograph. And in 1839, Daguerre made the breakthrough, recording in his studio an image that was clear and sharp by method that others could duplicate easily. So Daguerre's light-sensitive surface was a copper plate coated with silver iodide, and he named his invention the daguerreotype. So this is the photo. Looks very, clear and sharp. So Daguerre made the image illustrated here in 1839. The year the French government announced his discovery to the world. Yet, for all its early success, the daguerreotype was ultimately a blind alley for photography. The process produces a positive image like this, in which light and dark values appear correctly. So this image is unique and cannot be reproduced. So the plate is the photograph. And the future of the photography instead lay in technology that produced a negative image, one in which light and dark values were reversed. So this negative could be used again and again to create several positive images on light sensitive paper. So photography found its essence as an art of potentially unlimited low cost multiples. So early photography required long exposure time, like about 8 hours, and bulky equipment. So this meant that photographers could not yet capture the action. The renowned civil photographer Timothy O'Sullivan created images that have become part of the American cultural identity, yet non-pictures a battle on the way. And this cumbersome process had changed by 1880s when technical advances reduced exposure time to a fraction of a second, allowing cameras to capture life as it happened without asking it to pose. So in 1888, an American named George Eastman developed a camera, the Kodak, which changed photography forever. Have you ever heard about Kodak? Kodak camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the very first film camera. Yeah. So unlike earlier camera, the Kodak was lightweight and handheld, which meant it could be taken anywhere. The camera came loaded with a new invention, a roll of film, enough for 100 photographs. The Kodak and cameras like it opened photography up to amateurs, and it quickly became a popular hobby. So from the beginning, there were photographers and critics who insisted that photography could also be practiced as an art. Today, photography is fully integrated into the art world of museums and galleries, and many artists who are not primarily photographers work with photographic images. So there are two great female photographers videos in the model room. Please watch them, and you can see how contemporary photographers convey their messages through their photograph work. So I hope you enjoy the artist videos. And so here is the video. So after this meeting, I need you to go to week 8.2 photograph page. And here, there are two artists, Sharon Nashad and Zhangjin Li. So please watch these amazing female photographers videos. And we have a sketchbook project today related to this chapter. So today we're gonna take a photograph. Do you like taking a picture?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun, and simple and easy. So for this project, you will need a smartphone or digital camera or any cameras you have. And after taking a picture, then you will post your photo in week 8.1 Sketchbook Project Process Forum of Moodle Room. Then now let's see what kind of picture we are going to take today. So here is the theme of the project. Take a photo which shows your identity, personality, and characteristics in representational or non-representational way. So it can be black and white, or it can be color, it can be abstract, it can be figurative. So just to choose any style and theme or object which represents yourself. So post your photograph with a short description as well, as usual. So tell us why you think it represents yourself. It's very simple. And, taking a photo, doesn't take that long. So I need you to post the photograph today, not just a description or plans, okay? And now let me share my photograph work. So this is one of my photograph work. I always dream if I were born again, I would be a bird. So I could be free to go anywhere. I also wish I could be living in the nature, so any civilized things could not bother me. So that describes myself. I'm a person who would be free to travel and loves nature. So I mixed those two things in my photograph with the photo editing program, but you don't need to use it now. So I will show you more examples. So some of the examples might not be exactly related to the main topic of this project, but you can get some inspiration, to take a creative photograph about yourself. So this is a self-portrait, self-photograph by photo montage technique. And you can use a photo editing program or apps if you can use it, or you can print two photos and proceed photo montage collage to create this effect if you want to make that kind of photograph. And you can access conceptual theme for this project. You don't need to include yourself to show who you are in your photograph. So you can just take a picture of an object which is related to yourself or your favorite stuff. It's totally fine. And you can create very interesting effect like this photo. And the interesting point in this photograph, I think, is this saturation. The color and the colors point. The girl's dress has only vivid color here. And the lake and the forest are black and white. So also the foreground is brown with very low saturation. The low saturation of this subordination make that the girl is a focal point. And you can create a powerful photograph by using a dramatic concept like this work of art. Or you can take a picture of a place where it's meaningful to you. Or you can make a story in your photograph. And you can make something fun like this photograph. And it doesn't need to be very serious. And if you like something simple and fun, you can find the easiest way for this project because it is also showing yourself. Oh, this photo tells us a strong message, a mother. So you can show a message, through your photograph. It must be also, talking about yourself. And you can show a sense of humor, like this photo. It looks like very rhythmical photograph. And it can be grotesque, if it is related to yourself. You can do it like this. And if you need, you can add a simple drawing on your photograph. And you can choose a theme and an object to show yourself. Also, you can use a silhouette. So that's it. So don't think it complicated. Now, think it easy and make it simple. And art is a visual language. So through this project, think about yourself and tell us who you are in a visual language. Any question, everyone?